Look, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers just found the answer for the defensive line. And I'm going to argue in this video for the Pittsburgh Steelers to go defensive in this upcoming draft and to do it with massive Michigan University defensive tackle Kenneth Grant. And this is using your 21st overall pick in the draft. And it's combine season, right? We're almost there. I've been focusing a ton on who the Steelers will likely bring in as their new number one receiver. I personally think it should be a veteran guy, a guy with experience, someone proven to pair with Pickens. And that's why I'm advocating to go defensive in this first round. And you're looking at Cam Hayward, right? The guy's 36. He had a great season, but he's 36. It's time for the Steelers to start prepping for a replacement at defensive tackle. And I think Steelers fans should be absolutely pumped if Kenneth Grant is the guy. What's up? Sports Talk Steelers. I'm Sean. Hey, I got a confession to make. I'm a Bears fan. And when you guys brought Justin Fields over to your team, I came with him. And I'm here to give you some kind of an outsider's view of your team, some unbiased news on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So join me, hit the subscribe button. Would love to grow this. So let's talk a little more about Kenneth Grant. Why is he a great fit? And we're talking about maybe the most underrated guy in this whole draft. He gets it done with size and strength. Grant is 6'3". He weighs 340 pounds. He's been compared to Jordan Davis of the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of his size and testing. I mean, that's a pretty good company, right? Let's get to some athleticism stats. He just looks like a Steeler. He's a throwback player. Tons of athleticism go with his size. And this guy is expected to dominate against the run in the pros. He also has the potential to dominate against the run and come play inside on rundowns and kick outside in sub packages. The guy declared for the draft in December following his junior year with the Wolverines. Started 12 games last season, and he actually set the U of M school record for career pass breakups by defensive linemen. I mean, at a school like U of M that's seen tons of stud defensive linemen, that's not a small feat. And if you kind of look at it a little more closely, let's go to the NFL Network. Draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah had this to say about Kenneth Grant. I think with this guy, he's got the ability and the tools to really do some unique stuff. And he's not come close to scratching the surface of his potential. So I'd have no problem whatsoever if the Steelers made that pick. And I'd be pretty pumped up about it if I were a Steeler fan. Because last year at this time, I had potential starting grades on 12 defensive tackles. This year, I have 24 of them. Just a ridiculous amount of depth at the position in this draft class, and Grant, he is at the top of the heap. And we're kind of looking at most of Tomlin's Senior Bowl time that he just spent. What was that game, 2 weeks ago? He spent most of his time on the defensive line. This might most definitely be the direction that they take here. And Steelers president Art Rudy II, he also hinted at it during an interview with Bob Papiani, sorry if I mispronounce that, at KDKA, and talking about how defensive line will be a top priority for the club. And Rooney's been talking in the media a lot. He's been talking about Justin Fields, talking about Russell Wilson. Now he's talking about the defensive line. So let's check out what he had to say. On the defensive line, we probably need to get younger there. We're fortunate to have Cam, but we might need to have to look for some young blood here this year. I mean, take for that what you will, but I'm going to argue that this is one of the best years and just a fantastic career for Cam Hayward. A first-team All-Pro at 36 years old. Are you kidding me? Just super impressive. And then we also saw Keanu Benton. Going to be a really nice piece moving forward for this team. And the linebacker room is set up really nicely. I covered it a few videos ago, so check it out. So why not get a youth movement going on the D-line? Take advantage of this great D-line class in this year's draft and pull the trigger on Grant. And then there's a big thing going on at Michigan, because when you're on the same line as Mason Graham, you can really get overshadowed because Grant is a fantastic player who's not really getting the pub that he deserves. We'll see if that changes during the combine. But I mean, what an interior the Wolverines had going last year. And let's look at the production there. And this is a returning national championship team playing against top competition. This isn't a small school here. And in 2024, Grant, he finished with career highs across the board. Pressures with 27, sacks 3, total stops 27 stops. And the guy's just a freak. I mean, to be able to move so fluidly at his size, 340 pounds, he just looked unblockable during his college career. And he's also got nice tools. The guy can swim, plus he has just a nasty bull rush. We're looking at a trench mentality of building this team, right? And I think that's already underway because a lot of draft capital was used on the O-line last year. Some really unfortunate injuries last year, though. Maybe it's time to just move to the other side of the ball, get after this D-line, and it really follows the formula that the Eagles just used to build up their team, thus the Jordan Davis reference. I think this guy looks like a real fit for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Should Kenneth Grant be the pick at your 21st pick overall? And yeah, any questions, any players that you'd like to see profiled? And now that we're in this offseason, we're heading towards the combine, leave it in the comments. Would love to cover them. So enjoy the offseason. I will be here on the daily for Pittsburgh Steelers news and appreciate you guys. See ya.